This is Tasha Monroe. Tasha had always been quick to act without thinking. She lacked wisdom and self-control. That's probably why she was stuck living in the hood. A broke and broken single mom, going nowhere in life. She was known to juggle several situationships at any given time. But when she saw her baby's father, Marcel, posting pics online with his new lady and her kids, something in her snapped. How dare he? The kids weren't his. But he was playing daddy to them and denying Malia. Tasha was livid. She anonymously called CPS and made a bogus report against him. She then called 911, claiming to be a concerned neighbor who heard a couple arguing and a woman screaming for help. The cops and CPS both checked things out, but the allegations were proven false. Marcel made a post on social media warning whoever was messing with his family to stop. In his heart, he knew it was Tasha. She was tickled and reacted with laughing emojis. The following week, she went to his house to fight his girlfriend, but noticed they had security cameras. She then went to his job to slash his tires and sent her mentally ill cousin Nina to break into and ransack his home. He watched a live feed on his phone as his home was vandalized. He called 911. When the cops arrived, a neighbor told them just who the suspect was. They had witnessed her walking away with some things she stole. The next day, Nina was questioned and told it all. Later that day, Tasha was approached by the cops and decided to fight two officers, and then struck a third with her car while she sped away with her daughter in the back seat. She led the cops on a high-speed chase, endangering the lives of not only her child, but the officers, pedestrians, and motorists. She was arrested on multiple counts. Marcel was contacted by CPS and requested custody of Malia, but a court-ordered paternity test revealed he wasn't her biological father, Malia's dad. Tasha didn't know. A man named Darren, who wanted nothing to do with Malia, was tested. Not the father. Another man, a former neighbor. Keith, also excluded. Other men were tested, but they weren't Malia's dad. Finally, she gave the social worker the name Uriah Price. He was ultimately determined to be Malia's father, but wanted nothing to do with her, saying he couldn't deal with that. The child couldn't stay with Tasha's mom. She lived on the streets. Her sister was battling addiction. Then hope came from an unlikely place. Ezra, Uriah's father, a soft-spoken man in a wheelchair, stepped in. He wanted to do the right thing. He said he would take her in, and he did. With the help of a social service organization, he raised Malia with quiet consistency, morals, and values. Meanwhile, Tasha unraveled. She was released from prison, but caused more chaos and havoc, and was sent back time after time. But prison was the safest place for her, even despite the feuds and fights. She had lots more enemies on the streets. Malia grew stronger through all the issues and struggles. She graduated, married, had 2 kids. She became a domestic violence advocate, speaking at schools, doing outreach, and bringing hope to the same streets that swallowed her elders. She saw Tasha once at a bus stop. Haggard, tired, paranoid. She was holding a cigarette like it was the last thing that knew her name. Their eyes met. Malia spoke to her mom, but Tasha didn't respond. Years later, Ezra passed. Days after the burial, Malia stood graveside with her half-brother and niece. Darren showed up, now in a wheelchair himself. She forgave him, not for him, but for the part of her that needed healing. She had long ago decided that rage, addiction, and dysfunction, generational curses, would never plague her children. Back in jail, Tasha sat in her cell, staring at nothing. Her daughter had built a life without her. The war she started, she lost. And finally, she realized that none of it was worth it.